How we doing, guys? This is Steven here. I definitely want to make this channel about personal growth and everything, and definitely provide useful information for every guy out there that possibly needs some kind of guidance. Now, I will tell you this much: I am not a professional educator. I'm just an average person, just like you, trying to be a one percenter like everybody else. Now, the subject that I kind of want to touch on is masculinity, right? I'm pretty sure if you're watching this video, you're probably looking at a lot more other videos about masculinity, how to be more masculine, how to be the one percenter like every guy wants to be, right? And I'm pretty sure there's also other things that everybody has so many different other ideas of what being masculine is, right? And I can't tell you that they're wrong, right? That's just their personal belief. However, I feel like a lot of people that explain masculinity and how to be more masculine, right, that are educators, it's easy to have a certificate saying that you understand these things, but if you haven't really experienced these things, you can't really say how to actually, become this person. And I'm not saying, and I'm not degrading anybody that has an education in this, that they understand psychology, all this stuff. I'm not here to degrade anybody, right? I'm just telling you that I was one of those people trying to find information, and I had a hard time trying to develop certain characteristics of masculinity. Now, I do not have all the characteristics figured out, but I do have one of them that I feel like a lot of guys are trying to experience and understand and overcome, and they're having a hard time doing it. And it is the terminology of being grounded, right? Being grounded within yourself. Now, for you guys that don't understand what being grounded is, right? You hear that it's becoming emotionless, right? Emotionless, not being reactive, all that stuff. That is basically what being grounded is, right? Now, the best analogy that I can give you about being grounded, right, is you are the rock or the mountain in the ocean, right? And the storm, right, is the problems, right? The storm is the problems that creates the rough ocean, right? Now, you as the rock, your job is to not let the ocean make you move or break or budge, right? You let the ocean crash into you, but you never let it take control of you. You never react. You never budge. Your fight or flight doesn't kick in. You don't respond. You just let it crash over you and envelop you, but you don't change. You do not let it affect your internal dialogue, right? It's another way I can describe it is when someone pisses you off or aggravates you or irritates you, and you get triggered very easily, right? And you react. Well, that's your fight or flight, your parasympathetic nerve, responding to that, right? Well, the goal here is to be non-reactive. And I don't mean this in a physical way. I'm talking about in an emotional way, being grounded, right? That's the goal here. Now, as far as everything else in the masculine traits, I can't give you all the answers for yet because I don't want to say I haven't experienced, but I haven't quite got a good understanding on them. But I do have a pretty good understanding of this. Now, I will tell you a technique that I have been doing, and it actually has two characteristics to it that actually helped me grow as a person, right? Discipline. And as far as being grounded, you're probably asking yourself, well, how does being grounded have anything to do with discipline? Well, if you give me at least I'm going to try to make this video short, 10 to 15 minutes long, but I promise you it'll be very useful information for the person that's probably watching this video, and I hope it does help change, your outlook on life, and it helps you make, better choices and become a better person. Now, I'm pretty sure you followed a lot of influencers that talk about, pain is the best medicine for man to grow, right? Pain is what helps you grow as a person. Heartbreak, emotional trauma, all that crap. It helps you grow as a man, right? They talk about it, but they don't talk about the technique behind it. That I think is a big factor. You know how many guys go through so much pain and trauma in their life, being disappointed by people in relationships, marriages, divorce, and they still are in the damn dumps, and somehow they still do not dig themselves out of it, right? Some people do, but some people don't. They just live in it. They just bask in that crap, right? There is a big misconception here, right? And the problem is they don't know how to use that as fuel for themselves. And I want to tell you something that I learned, and is that this is something that kind of clicked with me, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of remarks or questions about Andrew Tate, but there was one remark that he said that kind of just made everything click, right? And I can't remember, I don't remember the exact video, but he talks about the scenario that we're talking about, pain, living in it, right? And then boom, it kind of clicked in me, right? When something happens to you, whether it's traumatic and emotional, right? No physical pain, emotional pain. This is what we're talking about, emotional pain, right? What it happens majority of the time when we go through emotional pain, we try to forget it. We try to just remove it out of our lives, right? And there is lessons in all the pain that we experience when it comes through emotional traumatic pain, right? That bothers us mentally, right? It really screws with us, right? The thing is with that is people don't know how to use it, or they don't know how to respond to it. They just want to push it out of their lives and get on with their lives. Well, that right there is the reason why you do not grow as a person. I will tell you that much right now. If you are not, that's where wisdom is created. Stoicism, that's where wisdom is coming from, right? So when you're experiencing emotional pain within yourself, whether it's heartbreak and stuff like that, your goal, and I'm telling you this right now, and I promise you, do this for 2 weeks or even a month, or hell, even a week, and I promise you, you're going to experience something so much more different in your life. You're going to be like, holy crap, like I can't believe that this guy is right. But what you want to do when you're experiencing something like this is you want to relive it constantly in your brain. And I know this sounds kind of weird. Why would I put myself through some emotional pain consistently and make myself miserable and depressed all the time? Well, this is what I'm going to get to right now. Why? You need to relive it every freaking day. If that pain makes you grow, you need to relive it. And how you relive it is, this is what you do. You put yourself to that traumatic state in your brain, reminding yourself on what this person did to you and everything, right? But the first thing that you want to do when you remember those traumatic events in your life is you remove the negative crap, and what I mean by negative is, if you have any negative thoughts of you wanting to do revenge on this person or wish them bad on something, forget that crap. Forget that junk. That is not going to help you grow. This channel is not for crap like that. We're not here to wish bad on anybody or anything like that. That is not what we're here for, right? We're here to help you grow as a person. When you go through that traumatic experience, you remove those negative things. The only negative thing that you need to remember is the fact that what that person did to you and it made you feel, and what made you, and this is the interesting part, the positive part that comes out of it, is when you think about, well, like, you know what, I need to be better about this. I need to be better, right? If this person hurt you, made you feel bad about yourself, made you feel insecure, whatever it is about yourself that made you feel like crap, and all of a sudden that inner voice, that's your truth. That is the real you speaking inside there, the real you that's speaking, that what you need to do. No, I need to be better. I need to be this. I need to be that. I need to become this, right? That is your real voice speaking within inside you, right? All of us in society are walking around with basically, how can I describe this? The real you is inside a cocoon, basically. You're walking around like a zombie. The real authentic you isn't out because it doesn't know how to get there, right? But you have to lead yourself there, right? In order to lead yourself there, you got to listen to your inner self. And some of us don't want to listen to those things, but to be honest, that's how you grow as a person. Now, when you're listening to that inner person telling you that I need to start working out more, I need to be better, I need to read more, I need to do those things, you need to listen to those things. Listen to that person inside you telling you what you need to do, all right? Now, this is the part where discipline comes in, right? And everybody talks about, oh, I just need to watch motivational videos to be motivated. Now, there's a video that I saw of David Goggins, and this is like the best analogy I could ever express to you, right? You could be living somewhere where it snows, right? And let's say it is snowing outside and you want to go to the gym or you want to go for a run, right? And you walk outside that door, and the first thing that you had motivation inside your house where it was nice and warm. But the moment you step outside that door and it's cold as hell, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to be like, you're going to motivate yourself to like, nah, it's too damn cold outside. I'm going to come back in. Motivation doesn't get you anywhere. Discipline does. Discipline gets you places, gets you where you need to go in life, right? Now, the reason why I say being grounded is going to create discipline is because it's going to force you to be better, right? When you are grounded and you put yourself through those traumatic things, it's going to make you be better. And if you keep on reminding yourself about these things about yourself that you don't like about yourself, but you use the positive aspects of it by listening to your inner truth and saying, I need to read, I need to do this, I promise you, discipline will appear magically out of nowhere. You will be reminded, like, no, I cannot live like this. I cannot be miserable. I cannot do this, right? Right? That's how discipline is created. Now, there's like so much other things that I could probably touch on topic about, but that's something that I definitely want to share with you, that, you know, when you're going through something like this, you need to use it as fuel to better yourself. You know, I wasn't a very disciplined person, right? I work out a lot now, and surprisingly, it's changed a lot of things about myself that I was very surprised about. Probably the most fittest I've ever been in my entire life. I could definitely say that much. And I use the emotional pain that I experienced in life to fuel me to keep on moving forward. Now, as far as everything else, I definitely want to share a lot more other things on other topics of masculinity and other things, areas of my life, as I go through these things with my own personal experiences. But I definitely wanted to share this with you because I'm pretty sure you and like everybody else are trying to find answers, and why does it always, all these successful people use pain for growth? Well, like I just told you the damn formula right there, bro. That's how you use it. Now, if you stick to these things, I promise you, you will grow as a person in that one specific area of your life. And I'm not saying don't go to a therapist. You know, I'm a hard-headed person. I'll be honest with you, man. I've had so many people say, why don't I go to therapy? Why don't I go do this? You know, the kind of person I am is someone can tell me through one ear and throughout the other, but the kind of person I am is I want to know the why behind things. You can tell me a lot of things about this and that, but I want to know the why. Why does this work? Why? How? Why is it that you're saying this? And what does it cause? You know, why? Like, you could tell me those things, but I want to know why, the why behind things. You know, that's the kind of person I am. So I hope this video helps you out in some form or shape in your life, and I hope it helps you progress in those areas of your life and personal growth. And if I definitely have left anything out that I felt like I should have said in this video, I will definitely touch up on a next video some other time later on, maybe, you know, in a couple days or so when it comes to mind. But as far as that, talking about being grounded, that is something I definitely felt like I should share with you guys. And I hope all you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. And, you know, try working your best, man. Be the best you. You know, put your best foot forward, man. That's all I got to say. Thank you, guys. You have a great day. Bye.